What's up, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of Johnson's Court. Today, I'm super excited to be with you. I know this video is kind of coming out a little late just due to the playoffs, the second round not lining up with how the first round lines up. Everyone, you know when they're going to play, you know what day, you have plenty of time to make your video, do things like that. Well, with round two, depending on if you play, depends on if your series gets done in 5, 6, or 7 games, and then your other side of your bracket gets done in 5, 6 games, will determine when you play your next round. So, unfortunately, we have three games that have already been played, which isn't good because you guys will think that it will affect my picks, but it won't. Trust me, I did already have who I thought was going to go on to the next round anyways, and so I'm going to let you know who I thought was going to go on no matter the results of who won what games. So congratulations to everyone who made it past first round. For everyone who didn't make it past first round, see you in Cancun. Have a good time and good luck there. But starting out in the East, this matchup has not played a game yet. I believe they play tonight. It is the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers had to go to 7 games with the Orlando Magic. That series could have went anywhere. A lot of people were saying that was the most boring series, but honestly, it was one of the best series because it did go to 7 games, obviously. The Celtics, had a pretty easy run. They beat the Heat 4-1. Jimmy Butler didn't play in half of those games. So, that really does play a factor when your star player is not playing in these games. So, there's that. So, Celtics had a pretty easy run. They are the favorites to win out of the East, but they're the number 1 seed playing the 4 seed Cavs playing tonight. If I had to pick, I really do think the Celtics do make it to the championship this year, the NBA Finals. And so I'm going Celtics here in... I think the Cavs obviously I believe the Cavs put up a better fight. So I'm going to go Celtics here in 6. Moving on to arguably the best series that is going to be played in this second round is the Indiana Pacers playing the New York Knicks. Now, last night was game 1. Last night was, I can't even describe all the emotions that I was feeling as I was watching this game. The Pacers did go into Madison Square Garden. The Knicks are a 2 seed, so they do have home court advantage, especially if it goes to 7 games. The Pacers played like they should be the number 2 seed. And arguably, they probably could have been the number 2 seed, if Haliburton didn't miss games and, certain possessions go your way. By saying that, if you go watched last night's game, you'll understand exactly what that line meant. But then again, you can't let the refs decide the game. You have to be up enough so that, yes, they may be trying to make a comeback, but you're still hitting your shots to put that team away. But New York does lead 1-0. It was a very close game. The Pacers could have won, so it could have been Pacers 1-0. Like I said, that game doesn't affect my decision going into, the next round or this round. I still believe in the Indiana Pacers. I do believe that the Pacers will win this in 6 games. Because if they don't win it in 6 games, you going back to Madison Square Garden for Game 7? No, you're not. Not with how Game 1 was. I can't imagine. And Game 1 was a sold-out arena. Game 7 is going to be the exact same scenario and going to be the exact same way. It's going to be sold out. So I've got the Celtics going on in 6, and I got the Pacers going on in 6, meaning up in the Eastern Conference Finals. Then in the West, this series has not been played. They play tonight also as well. The Oklahoma City Thunder, who are the number 1 seed, who did get past the Pelicans 4-0, swept them. They didn't have Zion. Well, then they're playing the Dallas Mavericks, who did beat the Los Angeles Clippers in 6 games. Kawhi didn't play, I think, 2 out of those 6 games, so that really does hurt, and he didn't play in their elimination game. But Clippers obviously couldn't get it done this year. And that was one of my favorites going into it. I might have said that I think they would have won it, but they didn't. So, it doesn't matter. I think maybe it's time to blow up that team. But it is the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Mavericks, the 1 seed versus the 5 seed. This series could go either way. I do think that Oklahoma City Thunder does, take care of home court advantage, and that this series could go the length because you've got Luka and Kyrie and how good of a ball handler they are on their end of the floor. I pause here because do I want to say it goes in 6 games or 7 games? Realistically, I think the series goes to 7 games. Yes, Oklahoma City Thunder are as good as they are and as young as they are, but you can't ever count out Luka or Kyrie as well. Maybe it's their time to make it to the NBA Finals. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But this is going to be one of the best matchups other than the Knicks and Pacers. So I think those two are going to be the best 2 series in this round. Now, you've got, for the final matchup, in the West, you have the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are the 3 seed, versus the Denver Nuggets, who are the 2 seed. The Nuggets first. The Nuggets did beat the Lakers 4-1 pretty easily, sent LeBron home. And then the Timberwolves beat the Suns pretty easy as well, 4-0. Swept them. Not really what I was expecting. Didn't really think that was going to happen. I thought the Suns were honestly going to win that series. So to see the Suns not win that series and to get swept by that series, well, you can't blow up that team. You got to stick with what you got. Sorry for my dog. But you got to go and continue to, just keep the players you have. Maybe you get rid of a few role players, add a few role players, and, those Suns run it back with how much money that they're playing their players. But it is the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets this round. The Minnesota and Timberwolves lead this series 2-0. Not what I was expecting. The Timberwolves are probably my biggest shock in all of the playoffs, to be honest, just because they did sweep the Suns and they could potentially sweep the Nuggets as well. They haven't lost a game yet here in the NBA playoffs. But I do think they do lose games. And I think that the Nuggets beat this team in, originally my thought process was 6 games, and I'm going to have to keep 6 games. I can't say 7 games now. I think the Timberwolves lose the next 4 games. The next 4 games, I think they lose. They didn't defend home court advantage because the Nuggets had home court advantage, and they beat both of them on the road. But can they show out and still win at home? They probably should. My hot take there probably isn't going to settle too well, but I'm going to take the Nuggets in 6 and say the Nuggets win the next 4 because they are the defending champions, and they know what they need to get it done to get back there, and let's see it happen. So in the West, I've got the Nuggets winning in 6. I've got the Thunder winning in 7. I'm pretty sure I said Thunder. And then you've got the Pacers winning in 6, and you've got the Celtics winning in 6 as well. So I do think a lot of these series do go the distance. I don't think the Celtics sweep the Cavs. Yes, the Cavs are coming off a 7-game series, but the Cavs were that better team to beat the Magic, and I think that will be a better series than if it was the Celtics and the Magic. So this is going to be a great round. Like I said, I think everything really does go hopefully in my favor. I don't know. I still do think the Celtics, like I said, they make it all the way. So that's a pretty easy pick unless they just shit the bed. They really shouldn't. The Pacers and Knicks, like I said, it's going to be the most exciting series to watch other than the Thunder and the Mavericks series. And, we'll see if the Nuggets can make it a series down there. But with that being said, that is it. This is a short video. These videos do start to get shorter as we, make it towards the NBA Finals, as there are less and less teams that can make it there. So thank you guys all very much.